What's going on, Kipsters? Back at it again with another math video. That's right. So, today we're going to be focusing on volume again, but I want to focus on two, maybe three ways that we can find the volume of 3D figures. All right? So, behind me, you see that there are three figures on my board, right? So, looking at number one, we see a figure with a few cubes, right? So looking here, the shape is not necessarily a cube or a rectangular prism, right? So we wouldn't be able to easily just use length times width times height to find the volume, using that formula. So looking at the shape or the figure, I can easily just go in and count how many cubic units there are. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this figure is made up of 12 cubic units. So we can say the volume equals 12 cubic units. All right, so we're not giving any centimeters or any feet or inches or anything like that, or any specific measurements, right? So what we'll just say generic, or the general term, is 12 cubic units, right? So that was pretty easy. When we're given a figure or a shape that we can just go ahead and count, why not do that? Especially when we're using unit cubes. But for here, let's call this one number 2, right? This figure has a whole lot more cubic units than number 1. So what I want to do, just to make sure that I'm doing the correct math, or I'm going to arrive at the right answer, I'm going to just use the volume formula. You can't go wrong with the volume formula. Do you remember what the volume formula is? No peeking. That's right. Length times width times height. Length times width times height gives us our volume for any 3D rectangular prism or any 3D cube. All right? So what are our length, width, and height? What I'd like to teach my students for length, if you put your arms out, what side looks like it could be a length going out? I'd say that this side right here looks like a length, right? So I'm going to count how many units there are here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the measure of this side is 4. So we've got our length. Width. Remember, width tells us how wide something is. So width, if you stretch your arms out really, really wide, that tells you width. Everybody stretch them out, stretch them out, stretch them out. That tells you width. So we got length and width. So which side of this shape shows us width? Width. Can you point to it on your screen? Width. That's right. This is our width, or how wide the figure is. So we're going to count how many units there are here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So our length is 4, and our width is 4. So now we've got to find out height. How high or how tall does this figure look? Remember, height, if you stretch your arms up really, really tall like a tree, stretch into the sky, everybody stretch your arms up, 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 up. That's right. Height tells us how tall a figure is. So if I count my boxes going up to the sky, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my length is 4, my width is 4, and my height is 5. So now we know that our volume is 4 times 4 times 5. We have to use multiplication in this case to find the volume. So I've got 4 times 4 is 6, or actually an easier way if you want to do like quick math, 4 times 5 I know is 20, and 20 times 4 is 80. So volume is equal to 4 times 20. Volume is equal to 80 cubic units. I'm going to say cubic. Excuse my back, guys. I'm a lefty. 80 cubic units. So we see in number 1, this was 12 cubic units, right? Here we have 80. 80 would have been a little bit more difficult to try to count individually. So that way we can use multiplication or the volume formula to find the volume of that figure. Another way that we could have used was addition. And what I mean by addition is if we find the volume of one layer, right? So this top layer, let's cut this out, right? If I was only looking at this top row, how many cubic units are right here? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 16 cubes in this one layer, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So I can add 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16. If you add 16 5 times, 16 5 times is equal to 80. And if you don't believe me, pause this video and you can use a calculator. I got a baby calculator here. Where's my phone? 16, 1 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 equals 80. Do we see that? 80. That is correct. So either way, I think honestly the multiplication way is the easiest way. It gets you to your answer a little bit faster and saves you time. But if you're also comfortable doing addition, that's another way that you can do it as well. And last but not least, number 3, we've got a height of 6, a width of 4, and a length of 2. All right. We've got 6 times 4, so V is equal to 6 times 4 times 2. 6 times 4 is 24 times 2 times 2. 24 times 2 is equal to 48. I'm going to circle my answer. 48. Oh, I'm forgetting my units. 48. Well, we're not using any cubes here, so I don't have to put cubic units. That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today was a pretty short video. I hope that you enjoyed watching today. Check out the next slide to recap exactly what we just talked about. Thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace out.